He's inside downstairs.
Right, you stay here.
Ambulance, Gary. He's still with us.
I called them first.
Check, will you, Gary?
Sierra Oscar from Sierra
Can you
1.
hear me?
Go ahead, Gary.
Can you check an ambulance has been called for Taller Street? Do you see anyone leaving?
No?
Ambulance confirmed. Should be with you any minute now, Gary.
Thanks, Paul.
Is he going to be all right?
No, I think he's lucky you found him. Do you know his name? Yusuf Ali.
Apparently the place is like a prison. Barred windows, security gates.
Does the name Yusuf Ali mean anything to you?
No?
Be see if Donna has anything on him, Tosh, and we'll see you back at Tallow Street, OK?
Yeah, OK, yeah. You busy?
So, what's up?
This stabbing in Tallow Street, we think the victim might be an Asian bloke called Yusuf Ali. The place is done up like a fortress.
Do you think there might be a drug connection?
Worth checking it.
I'll go with them.
OK, Gary.
Sarge.
What have we got?
Well, we think that's the victim. This is Anne Hopkins. D.S. Morgan, D.C. Woods. She found at the bottom of the stairs.
Just a few more questions. Did you know the victim at all?
No. I mean, I've done quite a few deliveries here, but I never was... And then I heard something funny. Sounded like a dog or something, and then I saw his feet.
Did you see anyone around? Anyone leaving the building? No. OK, thanks a lot.
Sarge. Good security system.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to have done him much good, does it? God, it's like a rabbit warren, this place.
Tony, did you get a look round?
Well, I tried to preserve the scene.
One-man band, eh?
Yeah, looks like it. Any luck, Tosh?
Well, if your man is Yusuf Ali, he's got convictions for ABH and deception, both in the Midlands.
Did you follow it up?
Yeah, I had a chat with CID in Birmingham. He's well known, apparently. Ran some sort of community advice centre. The assault was on some local youths.
Didn't like his advice, then. What about the deception?
Obtaining services, local businesses, garages and restaurants mostly. They never uncovered the full extent because not many people were willing to come forward and testify against him. He did 18 months, though.
Sarge.
What have you got, Alan? Frida Khan.
Child benefit, DSS, passports, quite a collection.
Tom's?
Well, they look respectable enough.
The rest are just bills.
OK, Alan. Tosh, we wait here for the Socko.
Sure.
We'll take this lot back to the office. Should be a lead here somewhere.
These are the only two names and addresses on him. It's Farida Khan and Shabana Lal.
Kept his activities well documented, Joe.
An embarrassment of riches, you might say.
What does all this lot add up to?
It's difficult to say at the moment, sir. He's got just about every conceivable sort of document on about 20 different women.
Are they genuine?
Oh, I haven't had them checked out yet. But they're very convincing forgeries if they're not.
Illegal immigrants?
There were a couple of beds set up in the downstairs room.
They could be supplying them with papers.
These two interest me. I'd like to get them checked out before we pay them a visit.
Both Asian. Are they married?
Yeah.
Let me know how you're getting on.
Nothing on Farida Khan.
Try the other one. Shabana Lal.
Nothing specific. Reported disturbance from neighbours, but no action taken.
Bit of marital discord. That could be what we're looking for. Thanks, Donna.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mr. Khan,
Yes?
police officers.
I'm just leaving.
D.S. Morgan, this is D.C. Woods, Sun Hill. Can we come in, please? It won't take a minute.
Actually, you know, I'm in a hell of a hurry.
Oh, we'll try not to keep you long.
358 from Sierra Oscar. Go ahead, Gary.
At St Hugh's, Polly. Yusuf Ali's not as bad as he looked. Doctors say she'll be all right to interview in a couple of hours.
Is Mrs. Khan at home?
I'm Mrs. Khan.
Mrs. Frida Khan.
This is my mother. Farida's my wife.
ये क्या है बाबा?
Would you mind speaking in English, please?
She wants to know who you are. It's the police, Mummy Ji.
Perhaps we could talk in private.
हाँ हाँ मैं लेके आती हूँ.
Is your wife at home?
She's gone away for a few days. On holiday.
Is this her?
Yes, it is. Where did you get this?
You say she's on holiday?
Yes, back this morning. I have to go meet her at the station.
We're making inquiries about a man named Yusuf Ali, Mr. Khan. Mid-40s, moustache.
Ali?
Tallow Street.
I've never heard of him. Look, I really have to be at the station, you know, otherwise I'll miss the train. She won't know what to do if I'm not there to meet her. She's not used to traveling on her own.
You run along, Baba. I can tell them whatever they want to know. They can always come back later to speak to Farida. Can't you?
Yes, of course, Mrs. Khan. Oh, Mr. Khan, before you go, do you happen to have your wife's passport handy?
Yes, I think so.
Could I see it, please?
Please,
Thanks very much, Mrs. Khan.
just some little cakes that he likes.
Has your daughter-in-law been away long, Mrs. Khan?
Just couple of weeks. With my sister in Leicester.
She must have taken it with her.
That's okay, we'll call back later. Presumably your mother has the address in Leicester.
Yes, of course. Look, I've got to go.
Poor Farida.
Why do you say that, Mrs. Khan?
You know these young girls today.
No. Tell me.
Different ideas?
Totally different generation.
And she's with your family, is she?
Just for a small break. When I was girl, wives had little more respect for mothers-in-law.
Right, Alan, when you're ready. Thank you, Mrs. Khan. We'll be in touch.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Khan.
Oh, you didn't have any sweets. I made them this morning myself. Rahim's favorite.
Perhaps next time, then.
Morning, Tosh.
How's it going?
Okay. How's the victim?
Recovering in St Hughes. Where do you want to start? Downstairs?
Old Mrs. Khan didn't seem to have much time for the daughter-in-law.
Well, the women might be more accurate.
You know, why would she want a passport if she's only going to Leicester?
Certainly took a shine to you, Alan.
Must be my boyish charm.
Very likely. Get the address in Leicester checked out as soon as you've finished here. Mrs. Lyle, DS Morgan, DC Woods, Sun Hill. Could we have a word?
Police? What for?
Just a few questions.
Look, there isn't a problem, you know. Everything's fine.
If you don't mind, Sarge. Thank you.
Police?
DS Morgan, this is DC Woods, Sun Hill. I wonder if we could just have a look at your passports.
It's just routine.
Thank you. I'd like to hang on to these if you don't mind.
Everything's in order, you know.
We won't keep them long.
I'd like you to take a look at this photograph, please. 'Tis you, Mrs. Lal.
Where did you get this?
Mr. Lal?
It's a family photograph.
The picture was found in an office belonging to a Mr. Yusuf Ali. Do you know him?
No.
Couldn't tell us how he might have got hold of the photograph, could you?
Could have been stolen, I suppose.
Oh, you've had a burglary, have you?
Well, just some small things. Someone came into the house.
Did you report this?
There was no point, really. Nothing important.
So you think the photo might have been one of them, do you?
Could be. Yes.
Why would anybody want to steal a photograph, do you think?
Who knows?
And you've definitely never come across this man?
Definitely. I've never heard of him.
No, I'm sorry.
They definitely knew him.
I'll get ARO to check the passports.
And as far as we know, the documents in Ali's office are all genuine, are they?
Yep, he must have something on those women.
How's Mr. Ali?
Could have been worse.
Can he talk?
Can we stop him? The wound was superficial, but he had a bad knock to the head. Visitors, Mr. Ali.
You seem to have had a lucky escape.
Police officers.
DS Morgan, DC Woods, Sun Hill.
I'll leave you to it then. I expect he'll tell you when he's had enough.
I'm sure he will. What happened then, Mr. Alley?
Somebody came to the house. Some madman. When I opened the door, he came at me with a knife.
You answered the front door and someone stabbed you?
Absolutely.
Just like that? No explanation? No argument? Just came at you?
Like a maniac.
You didn't recognize the man?
Too quick.
But you are sure it was a man?
Well, definitely it was a man.
Let me get this straight. You answered the door and he immediately attacked you, eh?
Look, he was there, in front of me.
Been involved with the police before, haven't you? In Birmingham?
Oh, a long time ago.
You've had a pretty checkered career, though, haven't you? I expect you've made a few enemies.
If you're a man of principle, you're bound to upset some people.
What exactly do you do for a living, Mr. Alley?
A little agency, advice, community work, some counselling, that sort of thing.
Counselling? That involve marriage guidance?
Any kind of personal service. People need something sorting out, they come to me.
That would explain the documents we found in your office, would it?
All that stuff is confidential, you know. Clients' documentation, everything completely legal.
So what's with a heavy-duty security system, then?
You know some of the people today. I try to help with a bit of advice here and there. Sometimes they don't want to be told.
Are you suggesting you were stabbed by a dissatisfied customer?
Could be.
Well then, perhaps you'd better let us have a complete list of your clients.
Not possible, you know. Well, these people depend on me. My whole business is built on trust. If they can't come to me in total confidence, who can they come to?
The knife's what you want, Tosh. Too many prints on the rest of this stuff.
Hold on. You looking for someone?
But no name?
No, refused to say anything, so I brought him in. I don't know whether it's shock or what.
Well, I don't know. Your wife must be wondering what's happened to you, Mr. Khan, mustn't she?
Somehow this man you don't know has got hold of a photograph of your wife. At 9 o'clock this morning, he's found stabbed. 2 hours later, I catch you trying to get into his premises.
I had nothing to do with this man.
So what were you doing there?
Did you manage to meet your wife this morning?
She decided to stay for another day or two.
In Leicester?
With my family, yes.
Mr. Khan, police in Leicester have contacted your family and your wife isn't there. She doesn't seem to be here either. I don't think she's any intention of coming back, has she?
Of course she's coming back.
I think she's left you. Now, your marriage has got nothing to do with me, Mr. Khan. All I'm interested in is Yusuf Ali. So tell me, how come he knows your wife?
He doesn't.
I think he knew she'd left home, and he was threatening to make it public. Tell your mother. Perhaps he had other information on her.
Farida is a perfect wife.
Yeah, she's a very attractive young woman, isn't she? Maybe that was why Ali was interested in her.
What do you mean?
Or perhaps she wanted to go out more. Meet more people. That's natural, isn't it?
She has my mother to look after.
Yusuf Ali was blackmailing you, wasn't he?
No.
You went to his place this morning to pay him off. You got into a fight and you stabbed him.
I didn't stab him. Why would I go back to his place again if I'd stabbed him?
Left something behind, perhaps? Something that might incriminate you?
No.
So tell us, what is your connection with Yusuf Ali?
It's family business.
That turned violent?
No. Family business. That's nothing to do with the police.
Catch her! All right, hold on. Look, back off.
She had her hand in the till. I watched her do it.
Let go of her arm. I said now.
I caught her.
Look, just give us a chance and we'll get this sorted out, all
Is
right?
that right? Did you have your hand in the till?
Do you understand English?
Of course she understands.
Did you try and steal money from the till?
All right, Mr. Ghani.
You have to arrest her.
Right, Narika, what have we got?
Attempted theft, Sarge. Shop owner claims she had a hand in the till. Won't give her name.
Well, that can't be right, can it? Come on, love, what's your name?
Look, we can't get this sorted out unless you tell us your name.
Oh, Satcher, please, Narika.
All right, let's be sensible about this.
Farida? What's my wife doing here? What are they doing to her?
Who's your prisoner, Narika?
Just brought her in, Sarge. Attempted theft from a shop in Hoxton Road. What's his name, Sarge?
Khan.
Well, that's one mystery solved.
I can't do anything right for her, you see. I can't cook. I can't look after him.
Well, lots of people have trouble with their mother-in-law, Frida.
I should have children by now. I don't show her enough respect.
Is this the first time you've left him?
I went once before, but he begged me to come home again. He said he'd talked to her, that things would be different. But it was worse, because now I'd prove what sort of woman I was.
Where have you been staying?
At a place for women.
So you had a room, you were safe. How come you were stealing money?
I had to find somewhere else.
Why?
Because my husband and his mother knew where I was.
And you thought they'd come and get you?
But somebody would, yes.
Yusuf Ali, for instance. Is that what he does? Finds women like you?
Yusuf Ali knows everyone. People talk to him. He knows where to go.
And he found out where you were staying?
He was waiting for me. At first, he pretends to help. He says to go home and make up. If things go wrong, just to ring him and he'll sort it out.
So you went with him?
He made me go.
Well, he forced you?
Well, he had a knife. I had to go with him. He said he was meeting my husband somewhere. He wouldn't listen to me. What could I do? I was frightened. He put me in his basement all night. Then this morning, he came to get me. When he was opening the gate, I got his knife and I hit him. I killed him, didn't I?
Where's my wife?
She's being interviewed.
I want to see my wife.
Yeah, come on.
Farida.
Sorry, Mr. Khan, you can talk to your wife later. Come on.
Cell number 1, please,
Farida, as it takes. All right, come on, Mr. Khan.
Farida!
Come on.
Farida said if my mother'd stayed, then she would leave. I had no idea where she was.
How'd you get involved with Ali?
Oh, a friend told me. They said that he'd be able to find her for me.
And abduct her?
Just find out where she was. Persuade her to come home. All he needed was a photo, a few details.
How much was he charging for these services?
£500.
Cash in advance?
Yes.
We're in the wrong job, Alan. Go on.
I had to go meet him at Liverpool Street Station this morning to collect her. He wanted another £500.
But they weren't there, and that's why you went to Ali's place.
I had to find Farida. I had to bring her home. My mother was...
Except that by the time you got to Tallow Street, it was too late. Your wife was so desperate to get away that she grabbed hold of a knife and stabbed Ali to try and escape.
No, she couldn't have done that.
Mr. Khan, your wife may be charged with assault with intent to cause grievous bodily harm.
No, I only wanted to talk to her, make her see sense.
I think you knew exactly what Ali's methods were.
He just had to find her.
Oh, he did that all right.
How do you think the family feels, eh? The girl you live with, your wife. Would you have looked for her? Brought her back to me?
Not if we thought she was safe, no.
So what was I supposed to do?
Let her go, Mr. Khan.
You don't think they've got a strong enough case without having to go back to the Lalls?
And end up with Frida Khan in court for GBH while Ali gets off scot-free.
Don't know what you're making such a song and dance about. It's their culture.
What?
It's just the way they do things. Let them get on with it.
It's not some sort of exotic custom we're dealing with here, you know. This man's a parasite.
So we go back?
Yeah, and we nail Mr. Lal to the wall if we have to. I want Ali locked up and out of the way. Is your husband still here, Mrs. Lal?
Oh, yes. Come in.
I take it you've been discussing Yusuf Ali? Well?
I didn't know what kind of man he was.
Everybody knew.
I just wanted Shoba to come back home.
Did Ali bring you back?
Me? I came back when I was ready to come. I never knew he had been to that man.
How much did you pay him?
Something. I don't remember.
You gave him money?
The going rate seems to be about £500.
You gave him our money?
I tried to get it back.
You fool.
Now listen to me. You're not the first people that Ali's done this to, but you can help us make sure that he won't do it to anybody else. Now I'm going to want full statements from both of you saying exactly what happened. Is that clear? You seem to have settled in quite nicely, Mr. Ali.
I told them, look, I know all about this patient's charter business.
You like to make sure you get what you're entitled to, eh?
Yeah, you have to let these people know who the boss is.
Yes, well, before we go on, I'm going to have to caution you, Mr. Ali. You do not have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but what you say may be given in evidence.
All right.
J. Lal, is he a client of yours?
You know, I can't discuss the details of people.
How about Rahim Khan?
All confidential.
This morning, you said you were attacked when you opened the door to a caller.
A big guy, that's right.
But you didn't see his face clearly.
No, he was too quick.
But you're sure it was a man?
Of course.
You see, Mr. Ali, I have a young woman in custody who claims that she stabbed you.
A woman?
About 5'2".
Did this to me?
Yeah, what would you say, Alan? About 8 stone?
No more.
No woman could do this to me.
Last night, you abducted her at knife point from outside a women's refuge. You took her to your premises and you held her there against her will.
Look, if a woman comes home with me, it's because she wants to.
I don't think Farida Khan wanted to, did she?
These sort of women give the community a very bad name, you know.
Why? Because they won't do what they're told?
Because they're shameless.
What about husbands like Lal and Mr. Khan?
I just did my job.
They hired you, did they?
Khan. Got a beautiful little wife, yet he still has to listen to Mummy Ji. Oh, Baba, she won't do this. She doesn't show enough respect. You should teach her to behave. Then when the woman runs away, they have to come to me.
And you find her?
Just a little community service.
Mr. Khan said he paid you to find his wife. He didn't say anything about wanting her kidnapped.
Khan told me he wants his wife back. He doesn't care how, he doesn't care how much it costs. The deal was I fetch the woman and he pays.
But the woman didn't want to be fetched, did she?
I didn't ask her. The customer's always right, no? Ask Mr. Khan.
We did ask him. We also spoke to Mr. and Mrs. Lal.
And they didn't say anything.
Oh, on the contrary. They were more than helpful. Are you familiar with the term bounty hunter, Mr. Ali?
Oh, I'm just an ignorant fellow. Explain, please.
Oh, you track down people on the run and you claim the reward. That's the latest branch of your business, isn't it? Bounty hunting.
It's what the police should be doing, finding missing persons.
Women, with a price on their heads.
If these women behaved themselves, there wouldn't be this problem, would there?
That's 2 of them, Gav. The others will probably turn up in a minute. Hang about. Punter.
Who waits in the cafe.
Oh, chummy there runs and gets the deal from Daniel Wilkins, who's safely out of our reach.
Do you think we should pick the lot up, then?
I reckon so, yeah. It's a long shot, but I think one of them will grass up Wilkins.
Well, well, well.
What's he doing here?
Weakness to it, Chris. I'd forgotten this was one of Mr. Conway's initiatives.
Glad to see you having your window fixed, Delia.
Mr. Conway.
Yeah, looks a lot better. I don't think you'd be vandalised again if you changed your clientele.
What are you doing here?
Just come to have a little talk. Got tired of waiting to hear from you.
I asked you not to come here.
Just a little talk about getting you relocated. The council is still willing to help.
Well, I'm still thinking about it, right? Now, please, leave me alone. You put me in danger when you come here.
We had a deal.
Please, leave me alone.
We have left you alone, Delia. There hasn't been a police officer in this place for months. Look, you agreed to move. And you promised to give us information about Daniel Wilkins when you did so.
But it's not easy. I've got a son, remember? Jacob doesn't want to move. There's a lot of things for me to deal with.
Yeah? Like harbouring crack runners.
I just feed people.
You make it possible, Delia. The punters wouldn't bother coming in here if they had to stand outside in the broad daylight.
You don't understand.
Oh, I think I do.
No, you don't, Mr. Conway. And if you can't wait and let me be, then I'll just have to keep what I know about Wilkins to myself.
4 of them. 4 that work for Wilkins, yeah, as far as I can tell.
The important thing is that most of them look young enough to be persuaded to talk, sir.
You looking for me, Jack?
Yeah. Chris, Sally, can you give us a minute, thanks? Right, Chris Deakin wants to clear some crack runners from Delia Fisher's cafe.
Oh.
See if we can get him to talk about Daniel Wilkins.
Yeah, well, that could make things a bit difficult, Jack. You know I've been working on Delia Fisher to get her to move. She says she'll grass up Wilkins when she's safely out of there. And I've promised to stay out of her place in the meantime.
You what?
Well, I trust her, Jack. She's the one person who really can give us all the info on Wilkins.
But you don't know that. She's kept you waiting for 6 months saying she's going to be moving.
Yeah, and if you upset her, we're going to lose her.
So we'll lose her. But something's got to be done about Wilkins. And sitting on a riverbank waiting for a bite is not my way, Derek.
And I suppose banging your head against a brick wall is. Because that's what you'll be doing with Wilkins' runners. They're not going to say a thing.
Look, those people on the Abelard estate have had enough of Daniel Wilkins.
And Delia Fisher?
She's had her chance, Derek.
Oh, Steve. Sarge? Had another 2 motorbikes reported stolen. That makes it 6 in the last 2 weeks, and they're all expensive.
You want me to have a dig?
Yeah, have a look at the crime sheets, will you? It sounds like they know what they're looking for, which means they're pros. And I'll get Dave to give you a hand when he's free, yeah?
Sarge. It was right out there. Well, they got the keys to the van as well? Broke into the office and took them. Joyriders just wouldn't do that, would they? Well, stealing the keys as well is not that unusual, Mr. Azai. Well, steal a van full of halal meat. Who on earth would want to do that? It could be animal rights people. You've had trouble before. Well, animal rights activists are more likely to trash it than nick it. Perhaps. Well, if you give us the details, I'll circulate them. I'm sure it will show up. It was being paraded around Sun Hill last night. What? One of my meat packers saw it driving slowly round the block twice.
These are the targets. Their descriptions and what they're wearing this morning. And this is Daniel Wilkins. Started off as a pimp. Now he employs all the runners and he's making a fortune and he'd kill to protect it.
His runners are all young then?
Yeah, mostly.
But they could well be users, so take care.
Sally, I'll be coming with you. Extra pair of hands.
Oh, right.
Can I have a word in private? Conway doesn't want us in the cafe.
What?
Yeah.
But that's where they hang out half the time.
Well, Conway reckons that Delia Fisher will come over with information if we leave her alone.
And will she?
She's a waste of space as far as I'm concerned, Sally. A perfect cover for Wilkins' runners.
So,
you leave it to me. You handle the street outside, and I'll handle Delia Fisher.
Gov.
Picking a boy?
I'm more interested in a number of expensive bikes that have gone missing recently, Mr. Cox.
Oh.
Because you've been interested in bent bikes before, haven't you?
Oh, come on, that was years ago.
3 years to be precise, Mr. Cox. You were nicking bikes to strip down for races, as I recall, because you didn't think anyone had checked frame numbers on the racetrack.
Look, I learned my lesson, and I don't do racing no more. Strictly spectating, me.
Yeah. Still like a look around, please.
You can look anywhere.
Let's try your showroom first, shall we?
I think the van might have turned up, Dave. We've just got a possible sighting of it over on the Kinsman Waste Ground car park.
On way, Sarge.
So you don't sell Harleys, Goldwings, stuff like that?
Nah, you might as well drive a car as one of them big Nancy things. Did no one hear the alarms go off?
No, I don't think they did, as a matter of fact.
Well, that's it, isn't it? It's an insurance fiddle. You can't afford to run a bike like that, so you flog it. And then you report it stolen.
What, 6 in 2 weeks?
Well, I don't know. But I'd have a little dicky bird with the owners if I was you.
Yeah, thanks. I might do that.
Mr. Meadows was looking for you earlier, sir.
Yeah, well, he found me, unfortunately.
These are the telehelps. They've just arrived.
The march of modern technology.
Yeah. You just push this button and it contacts the council's control room and they dial 999. Should be really useful for domestic violence cases.
Yeah, well, keep one handy. Mr. Meadows is going to need one if he spoils all the work I've been doing on the other line.
Sierra Oscar from 340.
Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, I got the fan, Sarge. It's Mr. Azai's, all right. No immediate sign of damage.
Is his meat still there?
I don't know. It's all locked up.
Johnson from Meadows.
Yes, sir.
Any sign of the runner
You saw before.
Not at the moment. They're probably up at one of Wilkins' flats doing business.
Correction. Coffee break with Mrs. Fisher. We'll wait till I've got a punter and then we'll go.
As soon as my bike was moved, that alarm would start going off.
Then why did no one hear it, Mr. Wright?
I don't know, they must have disabled it or something.
Well, it's not that easy, I understand. It takes time. And no one heard it from, what, 40 feet away?
I was at the pub. My dad said he heard something, but then he'd stopped. And you get false alarms morning, noon and night round here. You don't think I nicked it myself, do you?
Well?
I didn't own it, did I? The finance company did, so the insurance money just settles the debt.
Yeah, but you could have it hidden somewhere, couldn't you? Because I still don't understand why no one heard the alarm.
Well, that makes two of us then, doesn't it?
363 from Sierra Oscar.
Go ahead, Sarge.
Yeah, Steve, Sergeant Cryer would like to know how you're getting on with the bike thefts. Well,
Cheers. Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
I'm not really. No one even seems to have heard an alarm.
And what about Jack Cox?
I tried his place, Sarge, but he was clean and cooperative.
Yeah, well, I suggest you have a word with his son, Simon. He's neither. We had him in recently for handling.
You're making me a happy man. Well, we do our best, Mr. Azai, and I can't see any evidence that animal activists were behind the theft. Something wrong, officer? Yeah, you could say that, yeah.
Go!
Stay there. Hey, what?
Stay there. Is that it?
No, there's one inside, Gov. D.I. Johnson's sunny on that, so shut up!
Delia Fisher.
What's going on?
DCI Meadows, Sunhill. Young lad just ran in here. Reason to believe he's been selling drugs.
No, there's no one in here.
I'm certain there is.
Where are you going?
Oi! Come here! DCI Meadows, Sunhill. Empty your pockets. I've reason to believe you're carrying drugs.
No, nothing.
Just do it. Right. I'm arresting him for possession of crack cocaine, Mrs. Fisher.
Jacob.
You know him?
Of course I know him. He's my son.
Beginning to stink.
So why on earth did they nick it then?
Answers on a postcard time, Sarge. Well, they obviously weren't hungry Muslims.
I'm afraid that is the way it is done, Mr.
You find a
Azai.
van full of meat and then you leave it?
Look, I did make sure it was secure. What
But
more do you want
what's
me to
the
do?
point if they have the keys?
Mr. Rouse, I'm sorry, but we cannot have an officer standing by every piece of stolen property. However, I do have some bad news about your stolen meat.
I didn't know about her son, Jack.
Well, that makes two of us.
But if he has got a habit, it might explain why Delia was prepared to cooperate this far.
This far? She's done nothing.
She's spoken to me, Jack. Even doing that could have got her killed in her situation.
Jacob's a runner.
You don't know that.
Look, while you've been trying to get her to move and grass up Wilkins, he's been earning Wilkins a fortune.
You don't know that. Let me talk to her.
He'll have to wait. She's sitting in while I interview Jacob. That's before I charge him with possession of crack at the very least.
If you do that, you're going to lose her as a possible informant forever, Jack.
Look, she's stringing you along. Her son's a runner, and she's been laughing all the way to the Ruddy Bank.
I've tried Simon Cox's flat, Sarge. No sign. Can you be a bit more specific about this garage of his?
Not really, but it's round the back somewhere, where he works on his bikes. My advice is just to follow your ears.
See what you mean.
You got the wrong guy, right? I wasn't selling.
So what were you doing with the others then?
Just talking, right?
To Daniel Wilkins.
Never heard of him.
Jacob!
Just keep your mouth shut, right? They've got nothing.
That's where you're wrong, Jacob. We got possession of Class A drugs. And I also think that you've been running for Daniel Wilkins.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? For me to say, yeah, mister, you got me.
Talk to the man, Jacob.
Why? Daniel will protect me.
So you do know him then?
Yeah, and he taught me the best 2 words in the British language. No comment.
Please, Jacob.
Listen, they've got nothing, right? No comment.
Jacob.
No comment, no comment, no comment. Did you get the picture?
It's crack.
He was declared fit to be interviewed, Mrs. Fisher.
I know, but he's like this when he's down from it.
Could I have a word outside, please, Mrs. Fisher?
Interview terminated at 11:59.
So you knew about your son then, did you, Mrs. Fisher?
I knew he used... I've known for some time.
How do you feel about that?
How do you think I feel? I want him to stop with all my heart.
So why don't you help him then, instead of watching him turn into a runner, if he's not one already?
I have tried.
Not very hard. They're doing business in your place.
Do you know Wilkins? Do you?
Well, personally, no.
He's a dangerous man. I can't afford to cross him. And my son knows him and knows I'm talking to you. I mean, Jacob knows Wilkins. Jacob knows I'm standing here with you. My hands are tied. Don't you understand? And they say the police have brains these days.
Mrs. Fisher, you could help us.
Are we finished now?
You could stop all this.
Can we go?
Would you talk to Derek Conway?
Well, it's a bug, isn't it? Can't stop once you started racing.
Chip off the old block, are you?
I don't nick my bikes, if that's what you mean.
It's an expensive hobby, though, isn't it?
It's not a hobby. I'm serious.
Yeah, of course you are. But you need money to win races these days. What pays for it all? Have a job, do you, Simon?
I help my dad out a bit.
That pays for this?
Well, yeah. And he helps me out as well, you know. He wants me to go all the way.
Yeah, I bet he does.
Have you ever seen a Yorkshireman eat humble pie?
Pardon?
I'd like you to have a word with Delia Fisher, please.
363 from Sierra Oscar. Are you free to deal, Steve?
Just finished with Simon Cox, Sarge. Cocky little beggar he is too, real daddy's boy. He reckons Jack keeps him in expensive racing bikes. I'm beginning to wonder how, so I'm off for another word with Cox Senior.
How long are you going to be, Steve?
I'm nearly there, Sarge. I should be through with him as soon as I, Hold on a minute. I think I might have some good news for Dave. It's his van.
You found it?
Yes, Sarge. It's just sitting there. I'm going to get myself out of sight somewhere. Keep an eye on it.
Sorry to hear about Jacob.
You had to know sometime. If only I could move, then maybe he'd grow out of it.
Then why don't you? Move your calf and give us some information about Wilkins.
But how? As soon as I so much as talk to you, Jacob finds out.
Jacob?
Then he goes straight to Wilkins. I cannot do anything without Wilkins finding out.
Jacob told him you were thinking of moving.
That's why I got my windows smashed in. Wilkins doesn't want me to upset his little operation.
But why didn't you tell us before?
What good would it have done? Besides, the more I talk to you, the more danger I'm in. I just hoped you'd be patient enough to wait until things got better.
I think we waited long enough, Delia.
Look, I'm sorry. I want to help you. I want to get my son out of there, but I'm not prepared to get myself killed by Wilkins.
What would you say if I told you there was a way out of all this?
Well, run it past me. I can only say no.
Wilkins will be wondering what we're playing at with his runners, right?
Yeah, of course he will.
So he's likely to go and talk to somebody who can tell him.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yeah. Well, he knows that she's going to have to come in with Jacob for the interview.
Right.
So when he visits her to find out what's happening, all she has to do is give us the nod.
Yeah, but how? I mean, she can hardly pick up the phone in front of him.
She doesn't have to. All she has to do is press a button, Jack.
Oh, here's your coffee. Now, the sugar's there, so I'll leave you to it. Oh.
Right. Thanks, Mrs. Bolter.
You deserve a medal, Steve.
Just hope you don't lose it again, Dave.
Steve?
That's Simon Cox.
You know him?
Yeah, but I didn't know he was into racing refrigerated vans. We're in business.
Excuse me? Oi!
Chair Oscar from 36 Green receiving. Chasing suspect down Gately Road, male, IC 120.
Get the key, Steve!
Rat.
It was an accident. I found the keys.
Is the van yours?
No, I was...
Well, why were you trying to open it?
I wasn't. I was...
Simon Cox, I'm arresting you for theft of a motor vehicle. You do not have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but anything you say may be given in evidence. Sierra Oscar from 340.
Go ahead, Dave.
I've arrested Simon Cox for trying to get into the halal meat van.
Simon Cox?
Yeah, I know. Steve's just been to see him.
We're with you in a couple of minutes, Dave.
Steve's looking for the keys now. Mate has chucked them. Could you get someone to send Mr. Razai out with a spare set in case we don't strike lucky?
See what I can do, Dave.
Come on.
Conway's given him one of these telehelp things. It's a new alert system he's trying out. So what happens is if Wilkins appears, Mrs. Fisher presses this button, then a control room dials 999, and a message comes up on our computer screen in the CAD room.
He won't know what's hit him. So what are we arresting him on? Fisher hasn't given us any info yet, has she?
No, and she won't. Not until he's safely in our custody, Tosh.
So what's the charge, sir?
Well. Like father, like son, eh?
I found it like that.
Don't give me that, Simon. This is what pays for your racing, isn't it?
Rampant scaffolding. Very clever.
So what have you done with the meat, Simon?
Can't stand the stuff. That's why I dumped it. Don't!
Now just switch this thing off!
You can't!
That's very good insulation, isn't it, Simon?
Probably explains why no one heard the alarms go off for long.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I think you do, Simon. I think you do.
I think it's time we gave Daddy another visit. See what he's got locked away.
I've told Mr. Razai, attorney. There's not much more I can do.
Well, tell him he'd better hurry up, or his meter start walking home on its own.
Hope he's not waiting to get his van back first.
Yeah.
I think I'll avoid takeaways for a week or two. Delia Fisher's used telehelp. I better phone DS Deacon.
CID. Right, we're on our way. Jim, Tosh.
Yeah.
Dealers use the telehelp. Sir!
We on?
We certainly are.
Find your keys, Simon. I hate to waste a good padlock. A few quid in here, isn't there, eh?
I had to get the money somehow.
Steve, there.
Oh, lovely. Dad, of course, denies all knowledge.
He what?
You keep out of this! You and your refrigerated van!
You've got some talking to do. I'm not going down on my own for this.
Enough!
If you weren't such a bleeding failure, we wouldn't have had to steal to get the money to race.
All right. Don't learn anything from their elders, do they?
Oh, I wouldn't say that. Come on.
All yours, Dave.
At last. And undamaged? Yeah, the van's fine, Mr. Razai. At least something is okay. What's that noise? It's a long story.
His car ain't here no more, Gulf.
You know, as we saw it this morning, it'll be long gone by now, Jim.
Well, at least we hope that's the explanation.
Hold it! Come here! Come here! Come here!
You're wasting your time. I'm clean.
I wouldn't say that, Wilkins.
So go on then. What are you going to arrest me for?
Derek.
Daniel Wilkins, I'm arresting you for criminal damage. That pane of glass, to be precise.
Says who?
You do not have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but what you say may be given in evidence.
You do me for smashing a pane of glass?
It'll do until you're in custody. Then I expect there'll be more serious charges.
Like dealing in crack cocaine.
No one will testify against me.
Oh, they will do when you're in custody. Think about it.
Take him away. Come on, get out. Move it.
Has he gone?
Yeah, you're all right now.
He knew I'd spoken to you this morning. He thought I was responsible for getting his runners arrested. I think he would have killed me if you lot hadn't come. Yeah.
No, you keep it for the moment, Delia. You'll be safer with it.
Cheers.
So, you ready to make a statement about Wilkins now?
As soon as he's behind bars, I'll do whatever I have to get my son back to normal.
You mean move too?
No, I don't have to move now, do I? Wilkins is gone.
Yeah. Cheers, Jack.
I owe you an apology, Derek.
No, you don't. If you hadn't stirred things up, we wouldn't found out about Jacob and why Delia was holding back on me.
Yeah, but even so.
Look, let's just call it different ways, yeah? Of skinning a very deserving cat.
Two cases of cigarettes. Looks like we've been stuffed.
Rod?
Yeah, don't say it.
What, that your informant had us over? I think it bears saying, doesn't it? You two finished here yet?
Yes, thanks, Sarge.
You'll best be on your way then, eh?
Leave you to it then, Sarge.
Sarge.
Yeah, all right, Rod.
So how much did they get away with this time?
Only a part load, 32 cases.
Only? So what about the driver?
About the same as before.
Same MO as last time?
Close enough. They hit him coming out of transport cafe about a mile up the road and brought him down here where it's quieter.
So they obviously did the homework. It's a shame we didn't do ours. Did they have a shooter?
No, sir, but they did come equipped.
This is Joey Gill's third lorry hijack. I thought you said you were onto it, so what happened?
Yeah, sorry, Gov, we were let down. We'll wait for the word, but it never came.
But you're a detective sergeant. You meant to know what's going on.
Yeah, well, it wasn't actually my informant, sir.
Yeah, well, maybe I should get the robbery squad in.
That's right, sir. We can handle it.
Well, show me.
All right, let him go down, mate.
Come on, then, try and...
What? You just stand there for a minute, all right? We try and sort this out.
Who's this then? Billy the Kid?
What's you for me, would you,
What's
Dave?
your name, sir?
Neil Murray.
OK, Mr Murray, would you like to tell us what happened?
I was going to the car when I heard a commotion and saw these two fighting. This one smacked that one on the ground with this bottle. I took it away from him.
You just covered it with your fingerprints, sir. Would you mind putting it down? Right, did you hear that? Now, he says that you hit him with that bottle, is that right?
I want to speak to Molly.
Who's Molly?
She's the landlady. She was here when it happened.
Oh. How is he, Tony?
Out of it. His breathing's erratic too. Probably safe to assume he wants to make a complaint.
Right, I'll go and do inside. Excuse me, are you the landlady? Excuse me?
Yeah, that's right. Molly Quinton.
Only there's been an assault in your car park. A gentleman there said you saw what happened.
Yeah, they was having a row, that's all.
So do you know the two men who were fighting?
We do country and western nights. They're both regulars.
And what about the other bloke?
Been in once or twice. Couldn't tell you his name, though. Sorry, I'm not much help.
Thank you.
What's his name?
George Reynolds.
Tell us what happened to him.
He fell over a beer crate.
I see.
Is he going to be all right? He's a friend of mine.
Is that what you do to friends of yours, is it?
Paul Walcott, I'm arresting you for assault. You don't have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but what you say may be given in evidence.
But he hit me first.
Tough. I'll stick him in the back of the car, Dave.
Come on, mate.
How is he?
Still unconscious.
Right, I'll do ambulance escort.
Right.
Isn't the landlady coming with us?
Why do you ask?
Well, she was involved in the argument.
Oh, yeah? What way?
Shouting and carrying on, just like the other two. When I intervened, she started on me.
G-I-L-L, Gill, Joey Gill.
Yeah, I can help.
Well, you don't have to tell me that, pal. Do you know what he is? Thanks a bunch.
Message from traffic. They got a sales rep who may have witnessed the robbery. Even got a partial number plate on a white transit van.
Well, I suppose we deserve one piece of luck, Sarge.
And what about our mate Gill?
I'm sorry, nothing.
So, what do the governor want?
Just to re-emphasise his disappointment.
Well, does he think we enjoyed it?
No, but he's got a point. The way they break down these cigarette loads and parcel them out, there must be a lot of small-time receivers involved. Our snout's got to have heard something.
Yeah, but Joey Gill's an animal. The only snout even consider grassing like Miss Posner.
The snout's no good if it won't go the distance, Rods.
Yeah, well, like I said, Sarge, I'm sorry. I don't know what went wrong.
Yeah, well, get round there and find out. Be nice to recover some of this load before it gets down to packets of 10 behind the bike sheds.
He means before the DCI calls in the robbery squad.
None gets past you. Here, Rod.
You're wasting your time. I can't help you.
That isn't what you said before. You said you had dates and locations. Now, we were counting on you. What happened?
I have to live around here. Besides, you weren't exactly being generous now, were you?
You mean you got yourself a better offer?
I'll get by however I can.
I see. Well, then, if you should come to our attention in the future, we won't be owing you any favours, will we?
There's not an awful lot to choose between your threats and Gill's, now is there?
Listen, there's still decent money to be had out of this. The reward money from the haulage company. Now, you help us by setting up a buy so we can nick him.
I'll tell you this much. You'll have to move quickly if you want to get him. That gear will be out of Scannell this time tomorrow. Just like that. By the way, you trod in something.
So what happened in the car park, George?
Oh, never mind that. Where can I get out of here?
Don't know, you have to ask the nurse that. The witness said that you had a row with Paul Walcott.
Aye, that's right. Where is the little runt?
We've taken him down to Sun Hill.
That's good.
So what was the row about?
It's between me and Paul.
So you don't want him charged then?
Oh, I didn't say that. What about Molly? Have you nicked her too?
Molly Quinton? Why would we nick her?
I suppose she managed to keep out of it.
Out of what?
Me and Paul, we had this disagreement. When I left the pub, he followed me out in the car park. Next thing I know, there's punches flying. Have you asked Molly what it was about?
Well, she says she doesn't know, but the witness said that he clearly saw Walcott hit you with the bottle. Now, is that what happened?
Why do you want to know?
You've been assaulted, Mr. Reynolds. Don't you want us to prosecute Walcott?
I don't know. I can't think straight at the minute. I'm going to need some rest before I make any statements. Nurse?
All right, Mr. Reynolds. We'll leave it for a bit.
Yeah, I see that. But what's Reynolds playing at you? Does he want us to do Walcott or not?
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see. I'm going to leave it for now and come back later. Alan Woods is here, so I'll grab a lift with him.
Understood, Jude.
OK, I'm ready when you are.
OK.
How's your driver?
Still unconscious. It's not looking good.
That's the third lorry hijack, isn't it?
Yes, June, the DCI has already made that point.
Oh, it's like that, is it?
Excuse me. Could you come with me, please? Mr. Reynolds has an unwelcome visitor.
Can you hang on for me a minute?
Yeah, shout if you need a hand, man.
What do you mean? You must have said something. It's on your say-so that they're keeping him in.
Oh, let her in. Get her out, can't you?
Molly, what are you doing here? It's very nice of you to drop by.
I came to see how he was. I was worried.
Oh, I can believe that.
Right, come on, out.
You know he didn't mean anything. It was the other bloke who had the bottle. Be sure and tell him that.
Gone back to your toy, boy. I'm not interested.
Yeah, well, think over what I said, because we wouldn't want things between us to go up in smoke.
Get her out of here.
Molly?
Oh, all right, I'm going.
Just so as you're aware, Dr. Carlyle is concerned about Mr. Reynolds' head injury. He'd like him to stay with us at least until tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning? Oh, no way.
Don't worry, Mr. Reynolds, it's just a precaution.
No, look, I'm feeling better. Constable, look, that statement of complaint thing that you wanted,
Yeah?
what happens to Paul if I give it to you? Does he get bail?
Well, probably. We'd have to formally charge him first.
How long will that take?
At least a couple of hours. Why?
No. All right. When I'm feeling up to it, I'll give you a statement.
Right.
You all right?
Yeah. Could you just hang on a minute?
Yeah.
Cheers. Molly, I'm going to have to warn you against trying to influence Mr. Reynolds.
Influence him?
Look, is there something going on here that I should know about?
Like what?
Come on, you know what I mean. You've been playing doctors and nurses with at least one of them.
And what's that got to do with you?
Quite a lot, actually. We're investigating a serious assault and jealousy could well be a motive.
You sure you're not the one who's jealous, Constable? How many men you had fighting over you recently?
I can't imagine anything more ridiculous.
Oh, I see. Don't go for it, eh? To each their own, I suppose. I often wonder what makes a woman put on a uniform.
Don't push your luck, Molly.
Myself, I tend to attract the more physical kind of man. The sort that'd do almost anything for you.
You enjoy all this, don't you? Watching two men bashing each other's brains out over you.
Like I said, Paul didn't hit anyone. If he did, it wouldn't bother me. I've seen enough women knocked around by men. Makes a change for them to be beating each other.
Your two, Walcott and Reynolds, they're both known to us. They've got cross-referral entries on their index cards. Theft and handling.
What? Team, then?
A partnership stretching back over 8 years. Prior to that, Reynolds was in business on his own account. How's Mr. Reynolds now, then?
Well, all of a sudden, he's keen to press charges.
What happened to make him change his mind?
I'm not sure. He certainly didn't like the idea of staying in hospital. How are you getting on?
Yeah, not bad. It appears our two pugilists have a history. Theft and handling.
Yeah, Sarge, I'm at the scene. I'm just waiting for confirmation now.
And it is a white van, is it, Rod?
Not anymore, Sarge, no. It's more of a smoky grey, actually. It's completely burnt out.
No chance of any forensic, I suppose?
Sorry, Sarge. I've already had my fingers burnt today. I don't fancy singed eyebrows into the bargain.
Yeah, all right, Rod. Just get back here as quick as you can. Out. Thanks.
Still no luck on that hijack then, Sarge?
Very perceptive, Cathy.
That famous CID sense of humour.
So, Paul, do you want to tell us why you wanted to bash your mate's head in? Come on, Paul. Did you or didn't you assault George Reynolds with a beer bottle?
Is he going to press charges?
Well, of course he is. What do you expect?
I want to see Molly.
You'd be better off seeing a brief.
I don't want to see a brief. I just want to see Molly. She'll sort me out.
You and Molly, eh? It's an odd combination, that.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, nothing. It's just that I would have thought that Reynolds was more her style.
Yeah, well, you're wrong.
Are you sure you don't want to see a brief?
No, I just want you to charge me and let me go. My brief can sort it out later.
Why, you got somewhere important to go? Molly's place, perhaps?
She's got some business to attend to.
Would that be your usual kind of business, the kind that you and Reynolds are known for?
I don't know what you're talking about. Now, are you going to charge me or not?
Excuse us?
They're still smarting over that hijacking this afternoon.
Yeah, shame that.
You again.
This way, please, Molly.
What's he told you? He didn't do it. I saw everything.
Let's just all have a seat, shall we?
You can't keep him in if he hasn't done anything.
Not done anything. Mr. Reynolds says otherwise.
Well, he's lying. You know the reasons for that. He's so jealous of Paul right now, he'd say anything.
Jealous?
Yeah, jealous. I wouldn't give him the time of day.
You sure there's not a bit more to it than that?
Don't know what you mean.
Paul's got full Molly. They both have. Theft and handling. As a licensee, you should be more careful of the company you keep.
Well, that's got nothing to do with me. It is still ABH we're talking about.
Sorry. Tony, could I have a word, please? We just had a call from St Hugh's about your bloke with the head wound.
Reynolds?
Yeah. They thought you ought to know. He's been trying to discharge himself against doctor's orders.
Patient called Reynolds. We heard he's done a runner.
The cowboy with the head wound.
That's him.
Should still be out the front waiting for his minicab.
Thank you.
The one in the centre. On the ground floor.
Mr. Reynolds, I think we got some unfinished business.
Can I not wait? Why? Well, somewhere to go to, have you? More business, is it?
Eh? Look, I'm not staying in there all night.
Right. Well, in that case, we'll give you a ride home.
What?
If that's where you're going, of course.
Aye. Yeah.
Well, let's go.
Progress?
Not exactly, Gov.
Well, maybe it's better if you spend what little time you have left getting the file ready for handover. If we can't nick villains, at least we can show SO8 we're on top of our admin.
Right, sorry. So the robbery squad, they're taking it over then, are they?
Not if I can help it. What are you doing now?
I'm just waiting on those calls.
Forget it. Get out there and give your man Posner another tug.
Yeah, but he's already said he's not interested.
So? Be more impressive this time.
Right, Sarge.
Twice in one day? What are you trying to do?
Yeah, well, I could do a lot worse if you messed me about again.
Harsh words. I thought you and I had an understanding.
Yeah, well, you understand this, Posner. After today, you owe me, right? Now, you can either square your account now, or you can take your chances in the future. It's your choice, so what's it going to be?
Cigarette?
I told you once, don't mess me about!
I'm not messing you about. Honest. Matter of fact, I was considering giving you a bell.
Now, why don't I believe you?
Oh, please yourself.
No, you stay put, and you tell me.
There's nothing down for me. Gil's put me on the subs bench.
So what are you saying, then?
There's a new bloke on the distribution team. He says I'm unreliable.
No. He'd say that about you? Right, tell me what you know.
You already know it's down to Joey Gill.
All right. Where's he hiding the gear, then?
In a lockup under some railway arches. Don't ask me which ones.
Oh, marvellous.
And you don't have much time. The gear's going tonight.
Talk to Walcott, will you? He's getting on my nerves asking for you both. He says he might have some useful information for you.
All right, Paul. What do you want to tell us?
Did he really say he'd press charges?
That's right. He also said if we were interested in stolen gear, we should talk to you and Molly.
He said what?
Just as he was getting out of the car. Sort of a parting gift.
Come on, Paul. What are you playing at? If you got something to tell us...
Out the car? You mean he's out of hospital?
Discharged himself. We gave him a lift home. Why?
But he's not there now.
Come round and see Molly, you reckon?
Not Molly. He's not interested in Molly. He's got other people to see.
Would that be business people?
He told you to ask me about knocked off gear. He can talk. I'm stuck here.
So where's he gone, Paul? Who's he going to see?
Come on, Paul. He's gone off without you. So much for partners.
I don't know names. I never got introduced. We were down for $1,000's worth of fags.
Would that be from the lorry hijack this afternoon?
Thinks he's done me over. Nobody does me over.
Can you tell us where they're going to meet?
With pleasure. Have you got an A to Z? You've got about 30 minutes to get down there.
And the railway arches on the Hoxton Road.
Hoxton Road. No, that's 37 so far.
Great. We're never going to cover them all.
Got much on, boys?
Not now, Tony.
Only we've just been here and we could pick up some hijacked cigarettes.
Yeah, very funny.
Yeah. Well, on the other hand, perhaps I should take it straight to the DCI.
Hold on, Tony.
We were told to provide backup, Sarge. Where's the briefing?
Forget the briefing, just follow us down there. And for God's sake, keep out of sight when we get there. We don't want to blow this.
Thanks for the advice, Sarge.
He never told me much about his contacts. He didn't know much himself. Fags sound like a good bet. You can knock them out almost anywhere.
Especially in pubs.
I thought you and Reynolds were partners.
Never. You always reckoned me the apprentice. Then when me and Molly got together, he didn't like that.
Oh, I bet he didn't. Molly has ideas of her own.
Leave Molly out of this. She hasn't done anything.
Are you saying you and Molly had no interest in the stolen cigarettes?
What's it matter? Reynolds is the one going down there to get them.
Oh, yeah? And where would you be now if we hadn't nicked you?
No wonder you were so eager to get bail.
Turned out to be a bit of a horse race in the end, didn't it? Only Reynolds beat you to it.
Can I make that phone call now?
I must be in with a bandage.
DS Pearce from 363.
There you go ahead, Steve.
Blue Toyota coming your way now. 2 male, IC1 inside.
I don't recognise anybody. You, Rod?
Oh, yeah, no.
Well, it's definitely not Gill.
You didn't expect the engine driver to turn up here, did you? OK, just stand by, Steve. We're going to run with it. OK, Steve, they're coming out now. Stay well out of sight.
I think we can manage that, Sarge.
Now then, go. The middy van is yours, Steve. He's got the fags on board. Leave it a couple of
streets to get clear, then nick him.
Message received.
This to row the governor in, I think.
Great, so you're going to let him take all the credit for our op?
Minor sacrifice to appease those on high.
Always pays to keep the governor sweet, Rod. Remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for nothing. Yeah, maybe I should. Molly? Molly?
Bit busy, is she?
George Reynolds, Sarge, handling stolen goods. 4 large boxes of cigarettes believed to be part of this afternoon's raid.
Oh, look, Paul. It's your mate.
Oh, you daft little brat, you bastard, son. You see, we're listening to Molly got us. You should have kept your mouth shut. How's your head? Still sore?
Go on, Paul.
I taught him everything he knows.
So your informant came through then in the end?
Yeah, Gov. Good as gold.
Message from Steve Loxton, Sarge. Successful arrest. Confirmed that the boxes did come from this afternoon's hijack.
Thanks, Kathy. Well,
I got as close as I could. It looks like just these 2 jokers and 1 other inside.
Any sign of Joe Gill?
I'm afraid not, Gov. Time's marching on. They're nearly ready to go again.
We wait.
Cheap fags. That's all she ever wanted from either of us. Paul couldn't say that.
So how did she know you had access to stolen cigarettes?
Molly knows a lot of things. The bits that she didn't know, Paul was more than happy to tell her. Sure enough.
Presumably, she thought she could sell the fags across the bar at full price. Pocket the difference.
Ah, but she was greedy, see? Didn't want to pay us to go and raid. Tried every method to get us to see it her way.
And Walcott fell for it.
Well, he would, wouldn't he? To think it's nearly 10 years since I took him on. Along comes Molly, flutters her eyelashes, and suddenly he's telling me how we're going to do things. I told him we could do better, but that wasn't the point. Molly thought I ought to stand aside, so... You see, Molly gets what she wants, one way or the other.
Joey boy.
That's good enough for me, Alan. Let's get in there. This young Meadows' son, I'm arresting you for robbery. You don't have to say anything unless we should do so, but you do say maybe giving in evidence. Danny!
Sorry, all right, Joey. Come on, stop it. Don't be stupid.
Joey! Joey! Joey Gill, I'm arresting you for robbery. You don't have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but what you do say may be giving in evidence.
Not a bad day's work, eh, Gov?
What can I get you, Constable?
Nothing, thanks. I'd just like a word, in private.
You better come through. John. If it's about that little visit to the hospital, don't worry. It won't happen again.
It's about George Reynolds. We've arrested him for receiving stolen cigarettes.
What's that got to do with me?
Aren't you interested in George Reynolds? Well, you used to be before you transferred your affections to Paul Walcott. Unfortunately, he's under arrest too. Still, it's nice to see that you're not short of company.
Is that it? Are you finished?
Not quite. If I ever hear that you're putting stolen cigarettes across that bar again, we'll be back and we'll turn this place upside down. So you consider your card well and truly marked.
You can't get away with that sort of thing anymore, love. Not without proof.
How much proof does the brewery need to terminate your contract? We're none of us as innocent as we pretend, Molly.